if it starts to work now. Might be a little choppy in this for a second while I get all of this sorted out on my end.
My tires were getting cold.
Oh, this is looking better. Okay. All right, now it should be good to go on the YouTube. Just waiting for it to
On the
show up on
YouTube.
YouTube. It's for some reason YouTube's usually pretty far behind, but look, definitely on the Facebook Live we're going, so that's good. Let's see, is Tourette up? Yes. Okay, now we have YouTube. We have YouTube. Okay.
Woo!
All right. Woohoo. All right. So, just a reminder for the couple of you guys who just showed up, you get 1 out lap to warm up, 2 hot laps to set your time. During your in lap, just stay on track till I release you. We're going to try, we will be quiet if that's what you request, or we'll talk while you're driving. It's up to you, so each driver gets to choose. So, Trology, before we even go out, let's make sure. This is the man with the Tourette's in our group. This is my son. And this whole charity race is geared around towards the Tourette syndrome that you have. So after your qualifying's over, I want to give you a chance to just share your thoughts and feelings about living with Tourette's and stuff like that. If you feel like it, if not, we can wait until race day. So are you ready to go out? If you are, you can head out on the track. You got your soft tires on?
Yes.
Perfect. Why don't you head on out there then, and we're all going to watch you. No pressure. Now, for those of you who can see, on the back of his car, there's a little yellow bumper sticker I made for him a while back, and it says, "How's my driving? Call 1-800-Tourette's." So, now Caleb, are you driving with a wheel or motion control today?
Motion control.
All right. So those of you who are on PlayStation know that there's gyros and stuff inside the controllers, and you can hold it in your hand and turn it like a steering wheel. And so that's how he races. And if I'm on a controller, that's how I race too. I just, for whatever reason, that's more comfortable than my sausage thumbs trying to move the joystick around. And but it's a little extra challenging for this guy because he has the tics that make his hands or his body move around. But I'm sorry, I said it. I shouldn't have said it. You'd think after all these years I'd learn. But anyway, so he's driving in the official Team Tourette Corvette. Nice little rhyme there. Running the Tourette Association of America colors. So this is a challenging track, right?
It's very difficult.
Yeah, there's a lot of there's some off-camber turns and turns that have a hill in the middle of them, and some really hard braking corners like this one. All right, so Trology, do you want us to be quiet while you're going, or is it all right?
Yes, please.
Okay, everyone. Silencio. right.
Nice, dude.
142.763. Good lap.
Nice lap.
Good job. All right, you can exit the track now if you want. I've got your time documented, or cool down, whatever it is you want to do. And then what I'll do is, Magic Man, you said you're ready to go, right?
No.
Okay.
I can go. I'll go. I don't mind.
No, okay. Well, I'm just saying. What I wanted to do is just give Caleb a chance to say some stuff while you're on your outlap. But then he has to be done
sorry.
by the
That
time
was
you're.
me. That was Vinny talking. Vinny.
I can keep it short today. I'm sure that I will be speaking more next week.
Yep. So if anybody is ready and wants to go out, they just raise your hand.
Unless Supermax, are you ready?
No, he said he wasn't ready yet. I don't think.
Okay.
He said he's having some mechanical issues with his car.
Yeah. So Vinny, if you want to go, feel
I
free.
think I'm the only other one then.
Okay.
All right.
If you want to go for it, man. And so yeah, just head on your outlap. Do you want us to keep our mouths shut on your 2 laps? We'll be happy to.
Yeah, please.
Okay. All right. So, Caleb.
Well, actually, just talk to her on my outlap. I'll let you know how.
Yeah, that's what
it
he's gonna do. He's gonna talk to your outlap.
I didn't hear, but there's 4 people in here, so I'm waiting. It won't be but a little second.
So
I'm
Caleb.
waiting for at least one more person to go before I can go.
Caleb, you there?
Yes, I am here.
Right. So, I know a lot of what you had to deal with growing up with Tourette's, being your dad and all, and the challenges that we faced as parents, which I can talk about another time. But what are the challenges that you faced?
Man. There's so many. And
Just
I don't
pick one.
I don't. Oh my goodness.
Let's go with the physical ones then, if you can't come up with one. What the physical issues?
I was gonna say probably one of the hardest things to have dealt with is the fact that I don't have that control over my body, and that's probably been one of the hardest things to cope with. You know, I like to pride myself in thinking I don't let the Tourette's get the best of me.
You guys can keep talking.
But the hardest thing it's been to get over is the fact that there is, I don't have a full control of my body. And sometimes, like you said, you were talking about the physical tics, that can be very difficult because I've had some that have hurt me. And to not have that ability to stop whenever I want was a huge mental hurdle that I had to jump over. To stay positive with something like that is definitely a challenge. It's taken years, but I've done a pretty good job, I hope, at doing so. But just growing up through school and whatnot, you always get well, just stop, I'm like, hey, I'm sorry, I'm taking a lot, sorry if I'm loud. Like, it's okay, man, just stop doing it, And I'm like, I can't.
Yeah, it's not how it works.
And that constant reminder growing up definitely made the challenge of getting over it harder. And that's just one of the many challenges. People look at Tourette's from an outside point of view, and they just see the tics. They see the noises we make. They see the little twitches we do. But they all forget about, or don't think about, I guess, what that would what that would cause inside someone's head to go. I mean, it's been, man, 15 years.
Yeah. Hey, tell you what, hold that thought. Vinny's about to come around for his first time lap. and then let's give him a little quiet just so he can focus on his second one.
The lap times don't seem to matter as much when you hear stories like that, honestly. Just keep talking.
All right.
It makes it makes sorry.
You know what?
Maybe it makes them drive harder. You don't know that.
There you go. You know what? I'll tell you, Caleb, from my experience growing up with you and watching you through school and the challenges that you faced. I want to give a little my perspective of what you dealt with is different. Being a parent, it's really hard when your child is having these challenges. And at first, and I know you remember this, at first, I was one of those people like, just stop. And it took so long for me to really understand Tourette's and what it did to people. Not just the physical parts and the noises that you would make. And we had a lot of fun with it when you were growing up. We made sure that nobody was getting on your case about it or anything else like that. We all learned to deal with it. I think the biggest challenge for me was knowing that I was helpless in helping my child through something so difficult, and the Tourette Association, man, they do so much work to try to help get awareness out there so people like me can understand more about this syndrome and how we can, how we can do better, that's what,
if I may, one of the biggest things, so for those listening, I've actually been a huge advocate for educating people on what Tourette's really is. Anybody out there that asks me questions, I have answers for. I've spent years studying this so that way people can truly understand what's going on, and I've found that knowledge a blessing because I've had a lot of parents come up to me either in my workplace or something and say, hey, my kid has Tourette's and I don't know what to do. And I've been in the part where my parents didn't know what to do and I knew what that felt like, and then I've been to the part where my parents did know, and I've been able to tap into that experience to, even though I've never been a parent before, when it comes to Tourette's, I can say, hey, look, your kid is going to have these struggles. And I know it's going to be difficult to maybe not get angry or whatnot, but just have patience, because it's sad for me to see that there's a bunch of parents out there that their kids will have Tourette's and they learn nothing about it. And that really does mess with the kid. Because, the parents and people without Tourette's could never understand what it's like to have the Tourette's.
Yep.
But they can get a close idea of what's going on with their child. So that way when their child... It's hard as someone with Tourette's to have people to talk to about it. And to be able to know that your parent at least is educated on what's going on would be so great for that kid. I've met a couple parents that have, truthfully come out and said, I get mad at my kid for his tics because I don't know what else to do. And that's why we need to push this out, is because we have all that people see from Tourette's is what the media pushes it out to be, as this funny swearing thing that can get you out of trouble. And as funny as the South Park episodes are, it's definitely not what Tourette's is, and that view of what people see Tourette's as needs to be changed. Let's still have fun with it, because I know a lot of us are totally open to having... Some of us do the weirdest things, and it's hard not to make a joke out of it.
Exactly. Hey, I'm gonna interrupt you there for a second. We got to get some other drivers going out on track.
It's fine.
So, Vinny, 1:43.044 was your fastest lap. Nice job. That puts you in second place thus far of the three drivers we've had going so far. Hey, we've got a comment on the Facebook stream from someone named Elian Rodriguez. He says supporting the charity drive from Paraguay, Latin America. We got
Nice.
Wow.
international, so there we go.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
Very
Hey,
much.
hey, hey.
All right.
Hey, so
So let's see. We got still have
Presidio, I
Super
think I
Mix
got the,
and oh, did you fix your
yeah,
car?
I think I got the car rebooted. Had a little computer issue with it. So we'll give it a try.
All right.
Whoop, somebody's still out there.
Yeah. Who
No, I'm off. I'm off.
He went into the pit, so he had to come out and
Yeah.
leave the track. So.
Oh, I see.
All right. Well, whenever
so,
you're ready, there, Mex. And if you need
yeah.
if you need quiet time for your laps, you let us know. We'll leave that up to you.
Yeah,
I
I might
won't-
need
I
it
won't-
on my hot laps. I probably need it because I'm doing everything I can to hang on here. There's some serious talent in this room.
There you
So
go.
I'll be doing my best. I know we talked about this before the broadcast started, so I just wanted to remind everybody to go to Tourettes.org and read up on what they do. As you guys have heard, they spread awareness about the syndrome. They utilize the monies that are collected to support patients and families that are dealing with the syndrome in however ways they need it. And also, most importantly, they work on advanced research. So go to Tourettes.org. We love doing this for them. And also, please visit rocketmedia.com. They have joined this race team and partnered with us on several charity events now. So if you need any web hosting services, them to build a web or build any sort of...
Actually, I don't think that's actually the wrong company.
Oh, Rocket Media?
Yeah, no,
Rocket
that's not
Media.
them. Nope.
I'm messing up.
We'll just leave it at Rocket Media and leave it at that.
Rocket Media. Go to Rocket Media.
Caleb
help
can
them out.
I tell you what, Caleb, you can tell. It's Caleb. Caleb
Yeah,
knows the guy.
You tell us what it is.
You can tell us. You can tell us while he's on his outlap. But
All right. Hold
real
on.
quick,
I'm going to go out onto the track.
You got to go ahead and get a plug-in for your Colonial Life, man. It's all over your car. Come on.
I will.
What's that about?
I will on my
On your in-lap.
on my in lap. But what I'm going to do is, are you guys following me right now?
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
I'm going to make a mistake here and tell you that this first turn is a real challenge for me. So when I make my run, it's going to be key to get that first turn. Because you get that wrong, you get everything wrong. This little switchback up here, just so you guys know, it's probably the easiest way to lose time around this racetrack. So you can see the drivers really throw their cars in there. And when they make a mistake, it's fairly obvious. So that's a key part of the racetrack to make sure you're going fast. Right here, this fast left-hander, getting as close to this wall without hitting it, and then getting as close to this rail without hitting it are going to make every part a difference going down this long stretch as you climb this hill. Yep. So those of you that are watching that are not running this racetrack, I'm just trying to tell you what we're going through when we're doing this here. This braking zone here is a little different for everybody. Really just depends on how big and heavy your car is and how much talent you have and whether or not you can throw it down in there. At the top of this hill is probably the killer. It's a scary turn. You're full speed going in, and then you're down one gear, trying not to hit that rail and try not to leave the track here. This right here is setting you up for your front stretch, and you want to get it squared off as nice as you can so you can get a nice launch down the front stretch and then hopefully set a nice time. So now I'm going to shut up and see if I can do all those things and not do the things I don't want to do.
All right.
Good luck,
we're
sir.
watching. Good luck, man.
Good luck.
right. Go, go, go. Okay. So I just realized
proud of you.
something, guys, and
Fuel and tires are wrong.
uh-huh. I just realized, I was like, why is this fuel going down? Okay. So we've had 4 qualies done, and I realized that for the first 4 of you, it was supposed to be no fuel and no tire wear. And the lobby was set up wrong. So you have a choice. If you want to requalify, I will allow it, and I will set the room with the proper fuel and tires. Or you can stick with what you got.
Yeah.
Or you could just make everybody stay on this.
I
Yeah, you could just change it.
Yeah, I could
just do that.
I'll just leave it the way that it is. That would be okay.
Yeah.
I know I told everybody
so,
there wasn't gonna. I mean,
job,
it makes
Superman.
sense. There's gonna be tire wear and there's gonna be fuel wear. You should be able to go faster the second lap because you have less fuel in the car. So anyway,
Yeah, more
way to
wear.
go, Max. That was a fast lap.
Good luck,
Yeah,
Max. Good luck.
I was trying to give everybody an idea what a track, what we're thinking through here. Now I would call myself a junior driver in the team, so some other perspectives, but I think pretty much I covered what people are going to try and hit. So I was happy. I'm pretty happy with that time. The Colonial Life car, and I'll get back to Colonial Life. Colonial Life is a company that handles employee benefits for employers. We try and put together the best types of policies to protect their financial and mental well-being while they're at work, and that helps keep people happy at work. And we offer some pretty awesome business solutions that are focused on business's bottom line, and we in general can do that at no cost. So yeah, the Colonial Life AMG was a rock star.
Nice. Well, all right. Thanks a bunch for that. I've got your time documented. You can go ahead and leave the track if you like. Magic Man, do you think you're ready? Or I don't see anybody else in here. Let me see.
Oh yeah,
Who
I'm
came
ready.
in?
I'm ready.
All right, let's see. Magic Man came in.
Hey,
Abyssal
I am
was
actually
going to be
gonna hop
next.
out of here.
Okay.
I want to talk about Rocket Media real quick and correct my mistake.
Oh yeah.
Yes, Rocket Media is a what's the best way to put it? I've never known the right words to put it. Basically, he is a fantastic editor, and he helps other small companies with their social media platforms and runs those pages for them to help them get the most professional looking pages and stuff to help bring in the business, as having a social media is an extremely important thing nowadays for a lot of businesses. So
I'm gonna ask you what's the best way for people to contact Rocket Media?
at the moment, there is not. They are doing a little bit of a rework, I believe. They're trying to figure out some business things with, how crazy the world is right now.
All right.
But I can figure that out, and we can see if there's a way to get that.
Yeah, well, we'll get that figured out. They just did a fantastic job on our opening video sequence, so we want to make sure that they're recognized for that. So, all right,
Absolutely.
thanks, Caleb. Hey, have a good rest of your day. We'll see you next Saturday for the big race.
Yes, sirs.
All right.
Adios.
See you, man.
All right, Magic Man, you said you're ready to roll, right?
I am.
All right, another Mercedes AMG, just like our last car. So now we'll just see, is it about the driver or is it the car? No, I'm just kidding.
No pressure, right? No pressure.
No pressure.
Yeah, no pressure. No pressure.
Now, Magic Man, what we've been doing is giving everybody a chance to talk about either the sponsors on their car or the team they represent. And I know you're with Rockefeller Racing, correct?
I am. I've been with RWB Racing since the very beginning of Gran Turismo, and we're basically just a race team that basically just races for the awareness of anxiety and depression and PTSD and stuff like that. So it's nice to always do a race for charity, especially with you guys.
Yep. So Rockefeller Racing is a lot like RWB Racing. We're a racing group of people that get together and race together. Rockefeller's been around a long time. I've heard of you guys forever. So thanks for joining in with us, man. I really appreciate you coming on board. So it's up to you. We've given every driver while they're on their out lap to decide if they want us to keep our mouths shut during your 2 laps or tell stories or whatever. So it's up to you. Do you want us to hold our tongues, give you a chance to concentrate for those 2 laps?
Yeah, just maybe on the second one. The first one, I'm just gonna try to relearn this track a little bit. But yeah, the second one, if I can get a little silence, that'd be great.
You bet, of course.
Yep, tires and fuel are on. Just remember that.
Yep.
Just remember, you got to keep that Vin Diesel mentality.
Who
Is
that? Is that Turbo?
I did want to say on the broadcast, you know, how our teams do work together, because in a cause like this, it's important that all these different teams come together and support it. Rocket Man, actually, Magic Man, worked with me yesterday and helped me in some places on this track I was really struggling, so I do appreciate that.
Well, we are all racers after all, right? And the whole point of racing is it's a team sport. It's not just a one person thing. So there you go.
Correct. I think that when it comes to helping other drivers, you should always do it. It's just you can help somebody, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're always going to be fast lane. It's the way you adapt what they're teaching. That's how I see it.
Yep.
Because, for example, AMS Optimal was not here today, but he was the one person that really taught me how to drive in this game, because I was really bad. Like, I was driving down the center of the track and everything. But he taught me some things that I wasn't understanding at first, and I was really like, whoa, this dude, he knows so much, and I don't know how he's doing it, but he's fast. And then when I went with you guys in RWB and we went to the karting series, it was a major breakthrough, because in the karting series, you know how the little karts, you have to steer them lightly and everything, right? With those karts, it really works out with the cars. You can steer them really light, and it will steer a lot more. So it was really a breakthrough for me to join RWB, which is the main reason I joined RWB, is for the knowledge to be fast and to race. But yeah, I'm gonna be quiet here because he's starting his lap.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Good luck, Magic Man.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Oh, looky there. Looky there. Get it!
Oh!
Yes! Look at that! 141, 827.
Oh, that was sick. I was like, yo, he's 5'10". He's 5'10". How is he doing this? Oh, dude.
He's the first one into the 141s. Good job, Magic Man. Good job.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
You're documented, so you can cool down or you can just bounce off the track, whatever you like to do. Good job. So that puts you at the pole position thus far. So good job. I saw.
It's the track, or or Fuzzy.
What's that?
That's until Fuzzy or Bizzle hits the track.
Well, Fuzzy and Bizzle are both in the lobby. I think only Bizzle joined the chat with us. Bizzle, are you there?
I'm here, yeah.
All right. Good to see you, man. And Spider Team, did you? I see you in the lobby. Are you in the room with us? Did he join? I don't.
I
I
think he
don't see
left.
him. Okay. Well,
He's
Bizzle, you're
yeah.
up next. If you're ready to rock and roll.
All right.
So remember,
I'll
fuel
go.
and tire wear is on. We will be quiet during your 2 laps if you request it. So you know,
Sure.
let us know. And if you want, you can take the out lap to kind of talk about what race team you're on and anything you want to say about being in this event, or you can just not
Sure.
say anything.
Yeah, so I'm representing Middle of the Pack Racing with, you guys know, MOP Racer. There's a few other of us that are on the team, and we mainly focus on the ESGT and the FIA races, or at least me and MOP Racer do. But we also have a lot of people going in with the ACC, either on computer or the PS4 or iRacing. So they got a lot going on, and I thought I'd join this for a good cause. I like the track, very underused track in the game, and should be fun.
Awesome. Well, thanks for coming in, joining with us, man, and raising some awareness for a great cause. So appreciate having you around. So
Absolutely.
you are one of the 2 people that chose the Aston Martin. The other one ended up having to drop out of the race for some scheduling issues. So you're going to be our
Yeah,
only Aston Martin in this event. So and those freaking things are fast.
yeah, they
So
got some serious top end.
yep. So let's see how you pull it off here. So we'll keep it quiet for these next 2 laps. Remember, fuel and
Oh,
tire wear are on. So
sounds good.
all right. Good
Do it.
luck, man. Do this.
Thank you. It's not a great lap.
Well, not a bad lap either.
Yeah. It felt a lot worse than what it was. Jesus.
Smoking. Glad I'm only commenting this race.
This time won't hold up that much. Once DNA Tucho gets in there, I think he's gonna smoke it.
Oh, DNA.
That, and I think it's all car. It's all car.
Nah, it's a Vin Diesel mentality, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah, he's way slower than the last 7,000th of a second. Make it up on this corner.
Oh, no, that's not gonna help. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, I knew that was gonna happen.
What a laugh. What
That
a
was,
Yeah,
that
when
was
he-
how it's done, people, for those of you watching.
Nice lap.
A 149.42. Woo.
I called myself a junior driver for a reason.
Oh, Bizzle,
was,
nice lap, man. Nice lap.
Thank
All
you.
right, I've got your time documented, Mr. Current pole sitter. So you feel free to exit the track if you want to, or crash your car into the guardrail. Either way, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
All
good.
I was
That was some
when I
stuff.
was listening to Bizzle talk, and I was listening to him saying it's one of his I think he said one of his favorite tracks, and it's a really underused track in the game. I was like, oh, this is about to set a really fast time. I know it. I know it because when somebody says that, it's a favorite track for sure.
Yep.
It's not. It's one of the. I think, in my personal opinion, I think it's one of the better tracks in the game that doesn't really get utilized. I think it should be used more. I think there's a couple corners where people don't like it, and so they lose a lot of time and get discouraged. But you definitely put in the practice, and I think it'll all come together. Me personally, I like the reverse version better, but I like this version as well. It's one of the tracks that work really well in forward and reverse.
Yep. And it's a really great Group 3 track, in my opinion, too. That's why I picked it. So, good job. Hey, thanks, Bizzle. That was awesome. Feel free to stick around and watch if you want, or watch on the stream, whatever you want to do there.
Well, thank you.
You can hang out and just watch. It looks like Fuzzy is up next. Fuzzy, if you're ready to go, you can head on the track and take your few minutes to tell us. Well, you got a minute and like 45 seconds to tell us all about your.
Guys, I gotta hop out. I'll talk to you all later. Have a good weekend.
All right, take it easy.
Take it easy.
All right, so let's see. Fuzzy's gonna come out of track. A Canadian. Look at that. Got an international feel going on here. So Fuzzy, tell us a little about yourself and who you race with and whatnot. Or not.
So,
You can sit quietly if you like. It's up to you.
no. I can give it a go even if I'm not really talking in English. But so what do I like? Say my age and everything, or
No. You can just say whatever you want or nothing at all. I mean, let the world the world's watching us do this qualifier. Well, somebody else on the other side of the world is, but no, just like how did you find out about us? Do you have a racing team you race with?
Yeah, I race in SFR with Magic Man and Cupcake, I believe. There's nobody else in SFR, I think, but I race for BDRT. I don't know if any of you is watching the series, but yeah. Besides that, I'm pretty casual and doing dailies and private match, and that's about it.
All right.
I like racing, but I'm on the controller. I have a wheel, but I have no rig yet, so I'm sticking with the controller for now. And yeah, that's about
All right,
it.
cool. Well, thanks for joining in with us and in this race. So, hope you have a good time at it. And you get 2 laps,
Okay.
and I'll record both of them. And your fastest lap will be your starting position.
All right, thanks, man.
Good luck,
I just,
and we'll keep it quiet while you're racing or while you're doing your laps if that's what you'd like us to do.
Okay,
Alright.
thanks.
I'm just Yeah, I'll just speak after the lap.
Nice lap.
Very nice, very nice.
Oh, come on, get it. Get it. 8, 9, 40. Oh, look at that. 143.89.
There he is.
Hey! That's what I was aiming for.
Wow.
That was only like,
Wow.
you was like 5.5 tenths faster than the last. Like, that's how close these are. Think about this, guys. You're driving, what, 3 miles or so around this course or whatever it is? And, like, the difference is less than a second. It's like crazy. So tight. Good job, man. Way to go.
So
Hey, thanks, man.
me and Tazzini have been trying to study Fuzzy's lines, and just the way you throw it through turn 3, throw it into turn 3, just is crazy good. Your entry into that switchback
Yeah,
is just
I think it
crazy
depends on
good.
the car. Some are better for the exit and some for the entry. I think you have to learn the car you're using and
Yeah,
what
yeah.
purpose it does.
It's just great. It's great to watch it because you hit it every time. You're so consistent through there, and
And
the speed is just great.
Like Bizzle said, it's a very good track and it's actually one of my favorite track. And I'm pretty happy to race on this track. I've
Awesome.
practiced a lot on it in the past, so I think I've got the hang of it.
It looks like you do.
Definitely got the hang of it, that's for sure.
Now, Tuco's
So for
here, so we'll just see what happens with that one. Now, I have to think about, so Spider Team is in the lobby with us. He's actually our first reserve driver. He was the second, but the first one filled in for Rodrigo from Phoenix. So I guess I should probably let him go ahead and do a qualifying lap just in case I have to slot him in, right? Make sense?
Makes sense.
I don't
Makes
All
know
right.
sense.
if that's how you're gonna do it. Yeah.
Yeah, so let's see. Let me message him to. He's not in the chat because he can't get into the chat because I don't have him in there. That's why. Let's just have him. Let's just have him go. Let's just try to see if this is enough to get him going.
Alright,
Maybe
I'm
he's
gonna head
listening to
out.
the stream too. Let me see if I can go add him into here. Hang on, folks. I will be right back to you.
Alright, guys, I'm
All right. Sent him Spider Team an invite to get into the room, so we'll see if he
How about
can.
DNA?
DNA should be here. Um,
Yeah, he's
Yes,
in.
I am.
Okay.
what's that?
It was me,
Oh,
Tusho.
there you are. Okay. So, Tuka, if you're ready, you can go out on the track if you want. So, a couple things because I know you just popped in here. Um, uh, we're going to you're going to have one out lap. You're going to have your two hot laps. Fuel and tire wear is on. It was a mistake at the beginning, but we got through like 4 or 5
Okay.
qualies before we realized it. Um, and then during your out lap, feel free to take some time to talk about yourself or your race team and a little bit about
Uh-huh.
your stuff and
All right.
go ahead. And thanks for
Let's go
joining
then.
us, by the way.
You're welcome. It's my pleasure to race here and race for such a noble reason that is the charity for Tourette syndrome.
So tell us a little bit about DNA and what your group does.
Yeah, DNA is a racing team led by DNA Judoka or the cycling judoka, aka. He's more a family than a team itself. It's like the very sweet spot between both of them because even though we have some fairly competitive drivers, we always valued more than ever the friendship among us and a feeling of welcomeness between the whole members. So it's a very great place that I joined it at the beginning of this year, and I feel extremely honored and proud to be there because it's really, really, really one of the best places that I've ever met in the whole Gran Turismo community.
Well, DNA seems like an appropriate name for a league, because DNA is usually something that you think of like that people share the same DNA or family. So that's a pretty great little.
Exactly.
Yep, I like that.
Yeah, and it fits really well the mood of the team. It's very very light. It's very welcoming, very friendship. So for those who really love it, it's perfect. And anyways, let's go
Well,
for the
yep,
first time lap.
go for your first time lap. We'll be quiet and give you a chance to focus and concentrate. Good luck.
All right, thank you.
I'm back.
Okay. Shh. Go, 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 go. Come on to go. Oh, nice. 1:48.35. Fastest lap.
Wow. Wow.
Good job, man.
Oof. Thank
That's
you.
3 of you in the 140s. Woo. Good job, man. Good job.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, your
Yeah,
time
it
your
was
time has
a
been
good lap.
documented. You can leave the track if you want to, and
Alright, alright.
say anything else you want about your laps there. How did you feel?
Yeah, the vapor feels really good at this track. It's like track that you can really have the time to aim for the corners. There is where I feel sometimes the Viper can be a little weak and just nail and shoot the car out of the corner. That is one of the strengths for me. The Viper feels like it has endless traction.
Yeah.
Sometimes actually a little bit too much because the front it can just escape from your hands.
Yep, you gotta be careful with that. It's a little crazy. Awesome. Well, hey, thanks for your run. Feel free to stick around in the room if you want and watch some of the other stuff, or you can go watch the stream. We got it on the Facebook Live and on the YouTube YouTube
Yeah,
channel
I
RWB
will
Racing.
hop in the YouTube to watch there.
All right, thanks, buddy. All
You're
right.
welcome.
So I should probably make sure I remember to tell people that might be watching the stream. This is a charity event that we're doing the qualifying for, which is next Saturday. And the times are on our website, rwbracing.com. And you'll see on the sides of the stream here, rwbracing.com/donate, and that will redirect you straight to the Tourette Association of America, where you can make a donation and offer to help them out. So I really appreciate that. Any of you that might have been here earlier got to hear a fantastic little spiel from our own Supermax. It's like he's born to be a I don't even know what the word is, a commentary person for telling people about places. I don't know what the word is I'm looking for, but it was really great. So
I'm no spokesperson.
that's the word I was looking for. That's the word I was looking for. Now let's see. Spider Team, are you in here? I thought I saw him join our chat. Maybe he's on. Maybe he doesn't have a microphone, but he's up
I know
next.
Venom joined us.
Yeah, I saw Venom joined us too. But
Yes, I'm here.
Spider Team was here first. I thought I'd let him qualify in case we have an open spot, so he could slot in. So Spider Team, if you can hear me, go ahead and get out on the track. You get 1 out lap, 2 hot laps. And then you can come in after after I release you from the third one. And he definitely heard me because in he goes. Let's see, he is driving the only McLaren in the field, the 650S, and so this will be fun to watch. So he'll get out there. He's gonna run his outlap. Spider Team has been with RWB Racing for a long time. When I first joined RWB Racing a couple years ago, I don't think it was very long after that he showed up, and I've raced around him in some of our other leagues and stuff. So thanks again, Spider Team, for joining up and doing that. So he is our reserve driver. So if between now and race day a driver ends up not being able to make it, we will slot Spider Team into the starting lineup based on his qualifying time that he has now. So he won't have to start in the rear of the field, but he's not going to take the spot of the person. If the pole sitter can't make the race, we're not going to give Spider Team the pole position, right? So we'll shuffle the order around and slot him in appropriately. So obviously, I guess we could all talk while he's racing, I suppose. Well, maybe since he can't. Maybe since he can't tell us not to because his microphone's not working, maybe we should give him the benefit of the doubt that he wants it quiet.
That's what you get. When you're not there, you get voted to do chores. So yeah, that really says something. You know what you were just talking about, just the fact that Spider Team is here, on how this team and these drivers and the various teams will come out to support each other in an event like this. You know, the fact that we have a full field, and then we have drivers lined up waiting for a chance to get in if somebody falls out. So I think that really says something about our support for Tourette syndrome and the Tourette Association of America and what we're doing here. So I think it's awesome to see that many reserve drivers too. And I think there's a couple other people that are just waiting in the wings for the opportunity to be able to race for the cause.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. Excuse me. So Spider Team is on his first hot lap right now, and now the 650S, that is an interesting choice of car for this track, being a typically a mid-engine car, right? It's a Group 3 car, so I don't remember if this McLaren, it's still got to be a mid-engine car, right? They're supposed to be front-engine, rear-wheel drive, right?
Yeah, I don't think
No,
maybe
the
they.
McLaren is a mid-engine.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So this thing would normally be really great on a very windy, turny track, mid-engine cars. There's a lot of long straights here, and mid-engine cars typically suffer on tracks like that. I say typically, it's a McLaren, right? How much suffering can it possibly do? But still.
Right.
Now, Spider Team's
Well, you
been...
know, if,
oh, go ahead.
If we end up with a little weather, you know, this will be a happy medium for him.
Ouch. Oh, now there's damage to the car. Okay. I wonder if his... Sometimes he has some, like, issues with his controls and stuff. Something is wrong.
Some sort of, something broke on the car.
Maybe. Now, luckily, luckily it's not, the light damage is going to go away. Right now it's just front aero, and hopefully that'll be sorted out by the end of the straight, and he'll still get a clean lap on his second lap. Yeah, see, all the damage has gone away, so his car's back to normal. It's the magic of computers. We can fix cars in the middle of a race. So now he gets one more chance to throw one down here.
Maybe we messed him up. Maybe we give him a quiet lap.
Let's be quiet. Shh.
I'm sensing some controller challenge, some connection issues.
There's something going on there with his car.
It's a technical, something technical going on there.
Yep. Well, Spider Team, I got your time down, 1:44.945 as your fastest lap. So if you can hear me, you can exit the track whenever you need to. All right.
Yeah. Great
next
lap
up,
with those challenges.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, it's. Did you notice his car just went straight into the wall? It didn't even look like it was slowing down or braking. Like maybe his controller was just not cooperating with him. And
yeah, I think
because that's not typically how he drives. So he's definitely probably got some challenge going on there. I don't know what that is. So Sorry about that,
some
Spider
communication
team.
issue. Yeah.
Yep.
You could tell with his shifts too. They're delayed, so
Yeah, he
it's
was
not
revving
doing
all
what
the
he's
way up to
wanted
the
to
rev
do.
limiter and bouncing a couple of times before it shifted. So hopefully he can get that sorted out before race day if he ends up taking a slot. So, Venom, are you here?
I am here.
Hey, welcome aboard, sir.
How's it going, guys?
Good, good, good. Hey, we're qualifying, man. Are you ready for this?
Yes. Yes, sir. Ready as I'll ever be.
There you go. Well, feel free to head out on the track. You're going to be our second Dodge Viper of today.
All right.
And on your out lap, just remember fuel and tire wear is on.
Okay.
So your second lap should be faster than your first lap. But
Let's hope, right?
this is a little chance for you to introduce yourself or talk about
Don't
whatever you
start.
want to talk about.
Well, I am Nigel Higginbotham. I have been part of RWB since the very beginning.
Since RWB became RWB? Yep.
Yep, I was in the very first race. So.
Yep. You're part of a brother team, right? RWB Igorski is your bro, right?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yeah, he's my younger brother, and yeah, that's what I'm representing today. Is a little team thing we put together.
I saw it. Higginbotham Brothers
back.
Racing.
Yeah, it's just something we like to do on the side, you know.
There you go. Well, thanks for coming out and joining our event to raise awareness for Tourette's. We really appreciate that. And for those that don't know, RWB Venom and RWB Igorski, the Higginbotham brothers, are actually running an event right now called the World GT Cup for RWB, and we have some drivers from other leagues, other race teams racing in that one as well. And in fact, you have a race tonight, correct?
Yes, sir. We are at Brands Hatch in the GT4s.
Ooh, yes, that'll be fun.
Yeah, it should be a blast.
All right, your choice. Do you want us to keep it quiet during your 2 laps so you can focus?
You guys are good. You can chat it up if you like.
You like the distraction?
Yeah, hell yeah.
That's awesome.
Hey guys, I heard you guys talking. And was I supposed to drive a front engine rear drive?
Nope. A Group 3 car, that's all you had to drive. You did fine. That was Spider Team, folks, in case you were wondering who that guy is.
Plugged in, but it wasn't.
We knew it. We knew there was something going on with the communication with your controller.
When I hit the wall, I had the stream going, and I was trying to shut it down so I could do it with that, and I could barely hear you guys in the car, and I thought, oh, hell with it, it's over.
Oh, Venom, are you sure you don't want us to be quiet?
No, you guys are good.
Okay.
I just gotta remember how to drive. I haven't driven in like 2 weeks, so.
Oh my gosh. Well, we got some really good fast times on this track so far.
Yeah, and I haven't been on this track in a long time.
I love this track. Just got some nice sharp corners, got some long fast straights, it's got some off camber corners. It's got the best of everything, and it's got a great view.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Yeah, like driving through the countryside.
Hey Chris, I heard you saying that about how long we've been in RWB. How long has that been? Has it been a year or has it been 2?
It's been like 2 years. Gosh.
Has it really?
I don't know. You know what? Coronavirus has made the calendar seem a lot shorter than it really was. But it started. Gosh, when did RWB start? That was in what, 20?
I joined a couple months in June, and then there was only like 5 or 6 people racing.
Yeah, we started in like March 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was in 2018, right?
Yes, sir.
Yep. And
I joined in June 2018. Huh. I couldn't remember. I thought, has it only been a year or has it been 2?
Yeah, because I remember joining our sister group out in the UK called the MRC, the Mature Racing Club, and RWB Racing is, for lack of a better term, because I don't know the other term to use for it, it's kind of a spin-off of that. It was like the US version of it, so people that wanted to join the MRC but lived here in the United States is basically a sister league for people that wanted to race in those time zones.
That's how I got
Basically.
started with Dennis at
Yep.
MRC, and he said, "Well, there's a RWB that branch that we're starting in the U.S."
Yep.
And then he put me to Rusty.
Yep, and that's when it all started. So yeah, a lot of us have been here since near the beginning, like this guy, or near the beginning. So, and we've become quite a family. I mean, we have a lot of guys we just love racing together and teaching each other. All right, hold on, let's see, what are we gonna get here?
Hopefully a little better than that last lap.
Well, as long as it has a 140 something, you're gonna be doing okay. Get it done. Is that 44? Oh, 144.611.
Yeah, I guess that's all I could ask for with a little bit of practice.
Yep. Whew. All right.
Hey, Venom, you're a founding member of RWB, right?
Yes.
Correct.
That's what I thought you was. I thought you was one of the founders.
Yeah.
All right, you can exit the track. I got your time documented.
Alrighty.
Hey Venom, man, it's great to see you on the track. We've been missing you lately. It's been weird without you. So just know that the team's
we love you when we miss you, man.
The team's not whole without you. So we can't wait till you're able to race a little bit more with us again.
Well, I'm hoping this next week I'll be able to get back on a little more. So I needed to take a hiatus from racing because I've been doing it so much lately.
Now you know what? You and Ian both race in Rockefeller too, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, we're
I
kind
think
of all over the
Magic
place.
Man mentioned that.
Yeah. Yeah, we like racing with everybody, so we try and jump into a lot of different things here and there.
Well, there you go. There you go.
Well,
awesome.
Yeah,
So
RWB's my home, so.
Well, yep, and it's fun to be there. Normally I would be streaming the World GT Cup race. However, it is my son's birthday party today, so I really want to stay married, and my kids love me, and so I'm gonna have to skip out on doing that one today.
That's okay, man. I know how family is. So.
Family is more important, and happy birthday for your son.
Yes. Well, his birthday was on the 2nd, but it was during the week, during school. So today's his big party with all of the stuff. So anyway, all right. Well, good job, Venom, and Spider Team and everybody for coming in. I still got 6 more drivers to come in, so we got about another hour and a half to hopefully get them all in here. So I don't know if anybody's got a practice lobby open that people are practicing in, and maybe they're over there. So,
do you want me to go look?
Sure, if you want to go look. I'm just gonna sit here and I'm not gonna say a whole lot. I would like to say, hey, if you haven't, even if it's only like $5 or $10 that you can afford to donate, every little bit is gonna help out with the Tourette's folks, because they need all the help they can get to help these people out. Currently, we have $263.53 raised. It even gives you the option when you're donating to cover the cost of the transaction, so that the Tourette's people don't have to take some of that money away to pay for processing fees. So definitely get the word out, and hopefully, of course, on race day, we'll have everybody watching. The Tourette's groups has been posting on their social media all about the race. They even put up a picture of me and my son Caleb for when he graduated high school, and Caleb even said to me, he's like, "Dad, I don't like that picture." And I was like, well, that's the only one ahead of us, bro. So anyway, we'll just get the word out to everybody, and we'll try to get that together. So far we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 qualifying positions done. There are 15 drivers. So yeah, there's 14 drivers in the race, 15 drivers qualifying. So we only have 5 more left that we need to get done. Now I know there's a couple of people. One of them isn't going to be able to make qualifying today, and that is our fearless leader, president, and HMFIC of the RWB, and that is RWB Outlaw. And because he owns the league and everything, he has to work, and so he's going to come and do his qualifying with me later on tonight. So we won't be able to see his qualifying tonight. But because he is the boss, I'll do whatever he wants. So everybody else though has to get here. I know that J Rod is gonna be here probably in about 45 minutes. So we got a lot going on. Trying to get people in here. Checking all of our social media
If you got the
feeds.
times recorded, do you want us to go on the track, do a little practice or something?
Sure, yeah. If you want to go ahead and practice, as long as you're on there, I can let people watch cars drive around. So you can try to
we
try
can
to beat
clear
your
the
time
track
if you want.
That'll be disheartening, right?
I need some practice.
So yeah, go ahead, get out on the
uh,
track, and let's get some people driving around. Get all of you out there together, and let people watch you guys kind of battle it out. I wouldn't do it as a race, but
no, maybe you could talk through for those who are still listening, talk through how the race will work, what the rules are, the tire rules, the timing, all that stuff. It'll be interesting because it is different than qualifying.
Yep. Now, I'm not sure that we have very many non-racing folks in here as far as watching the stream, because this stream was not advertised out to on the social media platforms to everybody, mostly to our guys. And a lot of this is for my benefit, so that if something happens to my documentation, I can at least go back and look at what happened with the.
I know a couple people that were either going to watch it or are watching it.
Oh, okay.
That are not in racing.
So I'll tell you a little bit about the way this is going to work out. So, qualifying is just setting the grid order, so the order in which the cars are going to start. We're going to do something kind of unique. We did this in our last charity race. We're going to have a rolling start at the beginning with a pace car in front, or safety car, as it were. And so all the drivers will follow the safety car around for lap number 1. But when that starts the 90-minute timer. So it's a 90-minute endurance race. It's not a lap count. So the cars. There's a lot more to that in a minute. I'll tell you. But we're going to start out with a formation lap. And a couple of corners before the straight leading up to the finish, the safety car is going to slow up, and all the cars are going to kind of group up together side by side as they're coming down the stretch, right about where Venom is right now. And they'll be side by side coming around this corner at about 50 miles an hour. The pace car is going to peel off into the pits, and the lead car, who currently is going to be, I think that's going to be, it's going to be Fuzzy, will lead the group to the line. When he hits the gas at the start-finish line, that's the race. No one's allowed to pass each other until he crosses that start-finish line. And then the race is on, so everyone is just going to go. So that's going to be a unique start to the race. We won't have any safety cars during the race, so that won't be a problem. But there is fuel and tire wear, so if you'll notice looking down on the gauges that you'll see at the bottom, on the left, you'll see that there is where it says RS. That means they have racing soft tires on the front and on the rear. And those white bars will start showing red from the tops towards the bottoms, the more worn out the tires get. Also, that picture of the car will show that's all in gray, will have red on them when they get damage to the car. They could have damage to the wheels, the engine, the front of the car, the rear of the car, which affects the drivability of the car. I mean, there's real physics involved. So when that front gets damaged, that front arrow is not working very well, and the downforce that the driver is expecting to have is going to be different than normal race conditions. So, but it fixes itself after about 25 to 30 seconds of driving. So keep that in mind when you come to watch. To the right of that, you're also going to see the fuel gauge. And so the driver is going to have some other stuff that they can look at in their dashboard that we won't be able to see, that tells them how many laps of fuel they have left, what percentage of fuel they have left. So they can determine how many more laps they can actually get out of the car based on, you know, the car's condition, like how much fuel they have, how fast they've been driving each lap. So it averages it out. And then there's just a bunch of other stuff there showing you what gears and how many miles per hour they're driving. In this event, which is 90 minutes, they have to switch tires. You'll notice that Supermex right now is on the RH, which is the racing hard tires. So each of the drivers is required to run 10 laps on the racing soft tires and at least 10 laps on the racing hard tires. That includes their out lap, so when they come out of the pit and go around, that counts as one. And when they finish the lap ending in the pits, that counts as finishing a lap. So they have to run 10 on each. I'm going to tell you the difference in time between the racing hard tires and the racing soft tires is about 2 seconds on a lap. Would you say that, guys? It's about 2 seconds, Max? You did a whole run of this thing yesterday, right? To kind of get a feel for that?
Yeah, for me, it's about 2.5 seconds difference between the hard and the soft. But the really fast guys at the front of the pack, it's probably closer to 2 seconds. Yeah.
Yeah, and so if you think about it, you got to drive those hard tires for 10 laps at 2 seconds slower lap. So you're going to be 20 seconds. It's going to affect 20 seconds worth of your race. So, but everyone has to do it, right? So whoever does it best, it's going to work out. So it's also going to depend on how cars, handle it. Some people may elect to use the medium tire as well, which is perfectly acceptable. You can use the soft, medium, or hard. You're just required to run the soft and hards 10 laps each. Some people may choose to do the hard tires for the 10 laps, then do the soft tires for 10 laps, and then stay medium tires the rest of the race. So it's just going to be an interesting choice that they have to make. That's what makes this race interesting. A couple of things. They got to choose their tires.
We're not dealing with it's not a straight out, track race where we're all going to be on the exact same strategy, and it's just a fight. It'll be interesting to watch what happens in the pack and what strategies people race. Some people may never go to the mediums. Some people may start on them depending on where they're at in the pack. So if you're in the front and you wanna build a lead and get away from the pack before you kind of take that hard tire penalty, you may do that. Or if you want to get it out of the way and then be fast at the end, you may start on those hards, but then that puts you in the teeth of the mid pack.
Yep.
So there's a lot of thinking and strategizing that's got to go on. It also has a lot to do what we've learned in practice with the nature of the car too. For instance, some of these cars are extremely fast for a lap or two, and then they eat up their tires, or they eat a ton of fuel, which is what's helping them become fast. And others are the proverbial rabbit in the hare. Others are still not slow, but they manage their tires a little bit better, and they do better on fuel. So that will also change whether you run long on a set of tires, or you split your tire strategy and run a couple 5-lap stints or a full 10-lap stints. So the pack will break apart. It'll come together and break apart and come together, and at the end, that last pit stop, it'll finally be revealed what everybody's strategies are. So it'll be fun for Presidio, for you as a commentator, to try and pull apart what those strategies are. And
oh yeah, that's part of the best part of commentary. Trying to figure out what the heck are these guys doing.
But yeah,
you know what
we're doing.
We probably should mention, for those that may not understand this, they might say, why would you ever want to be on the slower hard tires, and why would you want to go longer than 10 laps, or why would you not just want to run the soft tires the whole race? So maybe we should make mention that the soft tires, while they are stickier and faster, they wear out quicker, and as they wear out, they lose grip and become super slidey and don't work as well. The medium tires, they have a little less grip, but they last a little bit longer, and the hard tires have the least amount of grip and last the longest. So that's why what Supermax was saying is, you've got to be careful about how you manage those tires, right? So I know that some of the cars, now it's a little different in the Group 3 cars because they're all rear-wheel drive cars. Okay, so the front tires, though, will wear out differently. Like, for instance, Venom and Supermax are in the front engine rear-wheel drive cars, so there's a lot of weight on the front tires, right? That will affect differently for the McLaren, because the McLaren is going to have mid-engine, but he may have to turn the wheel and slide the wheel more because the weight's towards the rear of the car. So each car, it's the physics of the car.
I do.
Yeah. So that's the interesting part, is trying to get the car balanced in such a way. Not only that, I can't see it because it doesn't show it, but each driver actually has the ability to adjust their brake balance. And I can hear myself for some reason.
So somebody's got their microphones picking you up.
TV up
is
TV's too loud.
Hi people, I'm heading on here. Take care, everyone.
Take care.
Hey, we'll see you.
See you too, Joe.
So as far as the brake balance goes, you've got you can adjust it, and they can adjust it on the fly in the car. They can adjust the brake balance to push more of the braking towards the front of the car or more towards the rear of the car. So the more forward on the car that you have the brake balance, the more you're going to use up your front tires because they're doing more work. But if you move it too far to the back, now you're not going to have the braking that you expect. So each driver's got to find that balance. And one of the cool parts is, while they're driving, they can move that brake balance around from corner to corner. Like, you can move the brake balance way up front, so when you're coming into this sharp corner like where Venom is about to hit, he can brake a little bit later by putting the bias more towards the front. Then he can dial it back, so on the longer corners that he slows down but doesn't have to slow down quite as much, it's putting more of the brake towards the rear. It also helps settle the car. Some cars handle better with the braking and the balance of the car, where the weight transfers to in corners and out of corner. There's a lot more to this than just brakes, gas, left and right in these cars. That's for certain. I know it's like a lot of stuff to say, but
you have to add in the yet another factor, and that is these cars have the ability to manage the fuel settings and your mixture settings, and whether you're giving more horsepower to the engine or whether you're leaning that out and getting less horsepower to the engine, which is going to give you more fuel mileage or less fuel mileage.
Yep.
So that's just one more thing that the drivers will be managing at different times, and really that's there's
that's going to play a huge
reasons
deal in
to
this.
use that. Yes, it potentially may, depending on your car. For instance, if you're running, I don't know what the most thirsty car is in here, but
well, looking at it, it looks like the least thirsty is. Oh wait, Supermax, you're on an. Let's see, you're on an extra. No, you're on the same lap, so you have almost an eighth of a tank more fuel than the Viper does in that Mercedes. Now maybe it's the way you're shifting the car. You see, that's the other thing too that people don't know. Short shifting a car is shifting before you get all the way out to the red line, and some cars they lose their power before getting to the red line, so you shift sooner. A perfect example would be the Corvette. Corvette has a crud ton of horsepower down low, but once it gets up to about 6,500 RPM, 7,000, it just dies off. I mean, all you're doing is running the engine out, burning fuel, and you're not getting any advantage from the engine. So most people drive the Corvette, they'll shift it. If you're watching this meter here with Supermax, when he comes out of this corner, you'll see that shifting that goes on there. Show him what shifting halfway looks like, Supermax. So you'll see, watch that bar come up, and halfway up, he's shifting the gears when that red line comes up. Now, that may not be the best for this car, because it depends on where the horsepower dies off and the torque. But the Corvette shifts low, so it uses less fuel. Where some cars, you shift later, but they also have a smaller displacement, so they may burn the same amount of fuel, but you run a higher RPM. So it's all about the car and figuring out what the best way is to manage every aspect of the car. So it's a lot. This is truly a sim racing experience. You know, they call it the real driving simulator because you have all these things that go on. So now, you know, it's funny. Let's see. I'm gonna look at something here. Your lap that you just ran was your fastest one that you've done in this stint, and that was the one I had you short shifting on. So I don't know if maybe that's a clue for you, but it was only off your best lap by like a little over half a second. So
yeah, and I'm running hards too, which is something. So yeah, you know, you can manage. You can run your fuel level back, or you can leave it alone and short shift, or you can do both.
Yep.
I'll tell you, as a driver, when you're fuel saving, it's one of the most challenging things you're doing because you have to ignore everybody else's strategies. So there will be rabbits that take off, and you just got to let them go. And there'll be people coming behind you that are not fuel saving, and they'll come up on you fast, and you can't fight them when you're fuel saving. You need to just let them go, run your own race, and that is really, really hard to do.
Oh my gosh, it goes against every racer's mentality to let somebody go by you.
But ultimately, the right, who wins the race is the person who runs the total distance of the race in the least amount of time.
Right.
So you know, if you keep reminding yourself as a driver, that's your goal, is to run your race, the total miles, in the least amount of time. You just got to let some people go because they may feel faster than you on the track in a particular stint, in a particular fuel run during the race, but they may not. They may finish behind you in the end after they've got to pit extra times or something. So.
Well, yeah, and not only that, like, so as an example, maybe you have two people driving Vipers, right? Or two people driving the same car. They could be driving around the track side by side with each other, and maybe the guy in front starts pulling away. But he may, and let's say neither of the driver makes a mistake, but the lead driver is about trying to go as fast as possible, and the second driver is trying to manage the tires and fuel and stuff. So he may be going slower, and maybe that other car gets 5 seconds ahead. But when they get into the pit at the end of their fuel run or their tire run, right, it's going to take longer for that first car to refuel than the second car will. And it could be 5 to 7 seconds. difference in how long it takes to fuel the car, because the car in the back has more fuel because they managed it better. So over the course of those pit stops, you could end up being ahead of that person. And so it's just like what you said. You got to run your own race, figure out what strategy you want to deploy, and use it, and try not to deviate from it. That's the one thing I learned racing with RWB, especially in endurance races. And there's one more caveat to that I'll bring up in a second. Is learning how to be patient. Patience is like the hardest thing to learn as a race driver, because you see another car in front of you, you're like, I want to pass them, and so you jump on the gas and you're like driving it harder, wearing out your tires, using more fuel, and you ruin your strategy, right? Or if someone's coming up behind you, you're like, no, I'm not letting them get by me, and so you end up fighting with that person, and both of you end up going slower, and the person behind them catches up, right? So it's a fun dynamic to try to sort this all out. But I will say something about this. So the endurance race, because there's no set laps, the race clock starts when we send everybody off behind the safety car for the first lap, and at that point it's 90 minutes. So at the very end of the race, on the very last pit stop that someone's going to have to make, they have to, while driving around the track, keep the car on the track, even if they're in a battle, look at how many laps of fuel they have left, how many laps they think they need to have of fuel to get through. What if the leader crosses the line 5 seconds before the end of the 90 minutes? Then there's one more lap still to go. So they have to calculate all of that stuff in their brains while racing in this car at 100-something miles an hour. And so it gets really dicey if you're not you're not paying attention. Am I right?
Yes.
There's nothing worse than running out of fuel on the last lap after you've worked so hard in your whole strategy, and then realizing you're not going to make it, and you got to coast around, or you got to turn your fuel map all the way up, and you lose positions that you fought so hard. But that last pit stop, there's so many factors playing out, and with no crew chief and a group of guys with calculators to help you out, it can be dicey.
Yeah, because you have to do all of that yourself and do all of your driving too. Now I'm sitting here looking at let's see, Spider Team's car. He's running. I'm gonna just let like everyone kind of see. So if you look, you'll see his fuel is down below a quarter of a tank. So in reality, he should be able to be faster per lap because there's less weight in the car, right? The car doesn't have to push that big, heavy liquid bladder in the back of the car around the track as much because it's not as heavy. Also, you can see that his tires,
pounds, right, a gallon.
What's that?
It's about 6.5 pounds a gallon. So
yeah, it's a bunch of weight. So I mean, and you can see that his tires, those aren't terrible. I mean, he doesn't have the grip that he would have normally, because you can see that they're wearing out. But this is the perfect example of what tires wearing out looks like. And he's able to take these things a whole stint. He's on his 12th lap right now, and the average should try to get about 15 laps out of the tank. I think that's pretty much where most people are going to line up. But you'll notice that, and Lee, this is no reflection on you. It's just how you're driving the car. You see the RPMs going way up, and the higher the RPMs and the longer they're up there, the more fuel the car uses. But the car also may use less fuel at higher RPMs than other cars do at higher RPMs. So it's something you have to learn about the car. But so at some point he's going to have to go back in, and he's going to have to fill up on fuel, and he'll get new tires. So we'll just watch him as he goes around, and you guys can all see an active pit stop and what it does. Lee, do you think you're going to switch to the hards and give them a shot, kind of get a feel for them?
I'm going to see what hards feel like.
Okay. Now I have been toying, and I'll just tell you guys about this. I've been toying about doing a league that involves drivers and crew chiefs. and where there would only be like 7 drivers and 7 crew chiefs, and they would alternate races. So one's the racer, one's the crew chief on one race, and then one's the racer, one's the crew chief on the next race, where they swap. And so the crew chief can actually watch the other cars on the track, see what they're doing, kind of get a feel for them, and kind of help their teammate out with pit strategies, like what tires they should be on, when they should fuel, how much fuel they should get, stuff like that. But there's a lot to that still. I haven't really put it together yet. So now, folks, if you see, there's fuel gauge is red, and it's flashing. That's telling Spider Team, just a gentle reminder, yo, you don't have enough gas. Now he's going to pit here in a moment, and now I can hear myself again. What is going on? Is that me?
No, it's somebody's
I think it's Lee's.
Okay. So Lee's going to head into the pits now, and we're going to watch this. So he's going to get new tires, and he's going to get fuel. So here he goes, and the car will put itself up in the air. Off goes the softs, on go the hards, and now they're going to fill it up full of gas. And look how long this takes to fill this up. Do 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 do. Am I going to be able to get through the whole song? That is taking forever. Lee, when you come out, tell us what your total pit time was on that.
28.6.
Okay, so 28, almost 29 seconds from an empty tank to a full tank and new tires. So that's another thing to think about, is when someone goes all the way down, it's going to take 30 seconds to friggin' fill up that car and put new tires on it. So all of these things factor into how this race is going to come out.
So what we didn't notice while we were all talking, because it's fun to talk, is that Venom just set a 141.772.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Do I get a new one?
Well, unfortunately, my friend.
and right now, if I remember right,
that's 3 seconds faster than his qualifying lap.
Yeah, that would put him 3rd or 4th on the grid as we sit.
It would be
4th, I think.
Yes, just barely. Magic Man did 141.827, so Magic Man would be 5th.
So what a lap! What a
Yep.
lap.
But look, he's got less. How much fuel did he have in there? That was on his 7th lap, so he had half a tank of fuel at that point.
Yeah.
So I mean that helps too.
Just a great lap, though.
Yep. Now what's interesting is all of these laps these guys are making. That's not how fast they're going to be driving in the race. Maybe on some laps when nobody's in front of them, right? But driving laps like that with other cars around, they're going to get some of those lap times, because there's something we haven't talked about for a lot of the folks that don't know a lot about racing, is slipstream or draft or air resistance. Like, think about these cars. They're driving down the track, punching this big hole in the air. And so the car has to push all that air out of the way, and the more air it has to push, or the faster the air is coming at it, the more horsepower you need to keep that speed, right? And so it uses up fuel, uses all that. And you can only go so fast before you hit a wall of air that is too much air and you don't have enough horsepower to push through it. Otherwise, cars can just put all the gears they want in a car and just drive as fast as they want forever without stopping. But there's a point the car can't go any faster. So I'm hearing myself again. The interesting part is, if you're following somebody, now that person behind the first car doesn't have nearly as much air to push through, because the first car has pushed it all out of the way. And so the air has to fill in behind the car as it passes through, and it leaves this slipstream, like this area behind the car where there's less air to have to push out of the way than there was before the car went through that spot. So most of these cars will be able to start picking up on some of that slipstream if they're about a second behind the other car. And as they get closer to the car, they'll actually be able to go faster than the car in front of them because they won't have the air resistance. So they can get up to them, catch up to them, and then make a slingshot around them with all that extra speed. Of course, as soon as they come around the side of them, I don't know if this game accounts for side draft, but there's also some draft you can get off the side of the car. And then once you come around in front of them, you're going to hit all that air, right? And you start to slow down, but you have enough to overcome it. The other thing,
do you need us to clear the track with him coming in the room?
No, he is. That person that just joined is not actually participating in this event. Shouldn't actually be in this room. So the interesting thing about the whole slipstream is someone could say, well, I want to pass them. Or if they play it smart, maybe they're on a fuel strategy, they tuck up in behind them and they don't have to use as much fuel to go the same speed. So they can just drive in someone's draft and use less fuel. If you've ever watched a NASCAR race, you can really understand the way slipstream works or the draft works. Now, here's another part. This track is really not designed for it because with all the different corners, but you can. The car behind can tuck in behind the person in front of them and have no resistance, so they can have way more speed. And they can actually push the car in front of them because now the air is coming over the top of the first car. It's not coming right down behind the first car, trying to fill in the air and causing turbulence, which causes drag. Or a vacuum, so to speak, and tries to suck the car backwards. With the second car there, now that first car doesn't have that sucking motion behind them, so they can go faster. And the first car, or the second car, will have the sucking motion on the back, but it won't have the resistance on the front. So the more cars you can line up together, the faster they can all go. So on some of these long straights, some of the cars can take advantage of that and make up some time. Maybe it's a couple tenths of a second, but in a race like this, that kind of stuff matters. For sure.
Yeah, we'll see some fuel strategy where the driver behind may be quicker and may be just sitting back there because they want to save fuel.
Yep.
The challenge with following a car like that is that the physics work, right? So they're there. It's a driving simulator. So where you get that tow down the straightaway, which is making you faster and using less fuel, following that car through the corners, especially the profile of one of these cars with the big wings and the big splitters, and if you look under the back of the car, they do have the diffusers there, right? With that type of aero on these cars, it creates a hell of a mess with the air at slower speeds. So following that car through corners could be a challenge. You know, what you call the dirty air is that you're not getting that push down on the front of your car from your aerodynamic effects because the car in front of you is ruining that air for you through the corners that when you're not going, 200 miles an hour. So there's a balance there where you may be benefiting down the straightaway with speed and fuel, but you may be eating up your tires and be all elbows and arms following them around the corners.
Yep. Not only that, you're going to have to brake sooner so you don't end up running into the person because you don't know exactly when they're going to brake. So there's a lot to racing on a track when you're not by yourself. Now, none of you guys really seem to be near each other. Actually, Venom is catching up to Spider Team.
Trying.
Oh, I love that. Don't tick me off on the back of your car. That's awesome.
Yeah, your son gave that to me, so
Yep.
I figured I'd put it on.
Yeah, I made that for him a long time ago when we made the first Tourette car livery. Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, when we were F1 teammates, that's when
Oh,
we got a
that's
bunch of
right.
his Tourette stuff on there. So I have a bunch of that stuff from back in the day.
I'm making a run here, and then I'll join them.
Yep.
Just running
Well, it
a
looks like
little
we only
run
got
on
about
softs.
45 more minutes left of qualifying, so hopefully we get some more.
Gonna have some guys starting in back that are going to be very quick, which will make their race interesting if they don't make qualifying. You know, they'll have to come through us. That's another thing I've learned as a newer guy is there's a real art to getting past. There's a way to do it wrong, definitely, and a way to do it right. And you want to both lose the least amount of time doing it, and you don't want somebody waiting for you in your pits at the end of the race at the same time. So.
I think we've all been in that situation at a time or two.
Yes, we have. Thankfully, we've all, for the most part, a bunch of us have run together enough that we have an idea of how we race and what our tendencies are. I know I'm not the easiest guy to pass on the track, but once you got me, I will yield a position. So. But I'll make you work for it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to make a pit stop here shortly. So my hard tires I did 11 laps on. I pitted on lap 11.
Oh, look who's here.
On lap 10.
Winkle.
Winkle's here to do his qualifying. Awesome.
All right. So
and for
I'll
some reason, I need
here.
to just let somebody know that he's in the wrong room.
How to get in here? That's the question.
Oh no, it's he's not in the chat with us, but he's in the lobby. I mean, he's a member of RWB, so.
I haven't seen him in a while either.
Yeah, he's trying to get back into things. He's actually, I think he's a high schooler, so he's a younger person, which.
Oh, okay.
So he can't usually be up late racing with us at night. So, all right, in the pits
I go.
Supermax. Oh, that's a cool view. Let's go. And you're just not gonna get any tires or gas?
Yeah, I didn't realize I shouldn't have gotten in the pits. I should have just.
Oh, look, you guys came out together. Awesome.
There we go. Well, we want him to have a lap, right?
Yep. All right, so let's see if Winkle gets into the chat with us.
Hello.
Is that you?
How's it going?
It's Winkle! Hey, buddy, what's going on?
Not much. Enjoying another beautiful Saturday.
Yep. Another one of our RWB founding members. How do you do, man?
Yes, sir.
So, we've got a few qualifiers already underway. We've got 10 people that have qualified, which includes one of the reserve drivers. So everybody in here is just we're just hanging out, driving the cars around while we're filling in time. So here's how it's going to work. There is fuel and tire wear because we meaning me screwed up and set the lobby up wrong at the beginning. So the first 4 or 5 drivers were qualifying that way. So I'm making everybody qualify the same way.
Might as well at that point.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, lap 2 and 3 are your tires are nice and warm. They're in a good spot. So, and you have less fuel, so you can go a little faster. So the way this will work, Winkle, is you'll go out on your first lap. And you can tell us all about whatever you want about RWB, about you, or you can just not say anything. And then we'll just sit quietly while you run your 2 hot laps.
Okay. You want to run down the current time in order?
I don't have it in order. I
While.
just have them written down, but I can pretty much say that the fastest one right now, Fuzzy, is our pole sitter at a 140.3.
Oh wow.
Yep. After that is going to be DNA Tuco at a 140.8 and Bizzle at a 140.9. And then the next one is Magic Man at a 141.8. And then there's going to be Supermax at a 142.1. Then Trology at 142.7. Then RWB Tazine, whatever, 143.4. And then we have Spider Team and Venom at 144.6 and 9. Well, actually, it's the other way around. Venom and then Spider Team.
So is that 10 qualifiers so far?
Yeah.
Out of how many is that?
Well, we have 14 racers and 1 reserve, so that's 15 drivers. So we have 5 left to do. After you, there'll be 4 left, which is going to be Outlaw, J-Rod, Joey Cannoli, and who's the other one going to be? Hold on, I'm going to pull that up right now.
The Godfather. The Godfather.
The Godfather.
About Cupcake. Cupcake's not in on this one?
No, he's going to be co-commentating with me. So.
Oh, that's right.
Let's see. The other one is going to be
Outlaw.
Oh, Nemesis from Phoenix. Phoenix has to be in here. So Phoenix. So there's you, Nemesis, PX7 Nemesis. There's going to be Joey Cannoli. There's going to be J-Rod and Outlaw.
I was going to say, I thought we had at least 1 or 2 of the PX7 guys.
We had one, PX7 Rodrigo, but he can't make it. And so Venom has taken his spot as the first reserve driver. So Spider Team is qualified so that he could take the next spot if one opens up. So we just have Winkle, Nemesis, Joey, J-Rod, and Outlaw left. That's 5 people. So whenever you're ready, my man, you can head out on the track in that other Corvette. There's 3 Corvettes. One of them is qualified today, and that's the Team Tourette one driven by Trology. You're the other Corvette, and the other one after that is Outlaw. So our founder. So whenever you're ready, man.
Does that lock me into a top 10 starting spot if I'm doing the math right?
Well, yeah. So far, the only people that have qualified are all in the top 10 because there's been 10 qualifiers.
No, but if we got 14 racers and I've out-qualified at least 5 of them, that guarantees no matter where.
Yeah, let's see. You got... yes, yes, you'll be at least in 10th place, if not higher, depending on how the rest of the ones go.
That makes me happy.
There you go. So Winkle, whenever you're ready to jump out and do your laps, you go right ahead. I'm looking at your car here on the stream. So
just to verify real quick, it's the out lap and 2 laps and then come in?
Yep, out lap, 2 laps, then stay on the track, and I'll let you know when I got your times. I'm writing them down as you do each one. So
right on. Let's go ahead and get it. I'm going to go ahead and stay quiet for the
we will
driving
too.
part, and then I'll come back in.
We're all going to be quiet. Maybe not on your out lap. Maybe we'll harass you on your out lap, but
don't put too much pressure.
No pressure, none whatsoever.
All right.
All right, here it goes. I haven't got to see his livery yet. Ooh.
Very RWB.
That's very pretty. I like it. That looks awesome. Hey, thanks for giving us that little sideways shot too, so we can just see the side of the car. I'm sorry. I'll be quiet. good looking lap, Winkle. $143, $458.
Good job, Winkle.
All right, I got you documented. I bet you had a 142 in you on when you came out of that last corner, and then it got sideways on you. I was like, no, poor guy.
Yeah, it wasn't. As soon as I hit that last corner back there on the previous lap, it just wasn't feeling as good as I wanted it to.
I've got you documented at a 143, 458. So that's your fastest lap. So you can leave the track if you want. And then you can tell us a little bit about you and your stuffing things.
Stuffing things. As everybody knows, I believe this is the second charity event that we have going.
Yep.
On behalf of you, of course, you're the one that sets all this up for us. Not only is it good for a good cause, but it also helps put us on the map. I know that since our last one, we've gained quite a few drivers that have taken notice of our community. So I think it's been about 2 years now since we first opened. In the beginning, it was like 5 or 6 of us. But now, we've got a website, we've got Facebook, a Discord. So we've grown quite a bit from when we first started, just a group of guys that got together maybe 3-4 days out of the week and didn't really have a direction, just throwing it around the track.
Eight guys, and now we have 236 members.
Mm-hmm. So, grown quite a bit. We still have people here that were with us from the beginning, like J-Rod and Cupcake. But, like any other group, you tend to lose a couple people, but we still stay connected. All about fair driving and things like that, no matter what league you're in the community. We have several different leagues ran by several different people. So plenty of flavors for anybody's liking.
Indeed. Well, I appreciate you you joining our event, Mister, because having everybody here is really nice. And I don't know, were you watching the stream earlier? Our resident Tourette's explorer. That's not the right word. Our Caleb was out here. Trology was out here and did his qualifying lap.
How
He
did he
did a
do?
pretty. He did a 1:42.7.
Wow, that's not
Yeah,
bad.
and his lap he qualified better than you, and he's driving on a motion controller. So he did. Oh no, I'm sorry. Yeah, 1:42.7. I mean, it was fast. It was very quick. So he's been practicing a lot. So hey, look who that is! J Rod made it.
J-Rod
Woohoo!
showed up.
I wasn't sure if he was
Yeah,
going
I
to be able to
finally
make it.
made it. Yeah, I
What's up?
wasn't.
Well, but you did. So awesome.
Yeah.
I could have tried to find another spot for you. You didn't. I hope you didn't get yourself in trouble.
No, I didn't, because with traffic, I wasn't sure if I was going to make it.
There you go. Well, everybody,
So how
this is J
many,
Rod, one of our other long-time RWB. Welcome to the stream, sir, and to qualifying.
hello everyone. I am J Rod.
So J Rod, qualifying only has one little glitch. We started our first 4 cars and forgot to turn off the fuel and tire wear. So everyone has been running with the fuel and tire wear as the race goes. Luckily, since you're only doing 1 out lap and 2 hot laps, the tires are nice and warm. Everything is great, and you got a little less fuel in tanks, so that'll work out good. Winkle just finished his qualifying lap. He got a 1:43.4. Our fastest. I almost don't even want to tell you so that you don't get discouraged, but
I got a feeling it's like a 138.
nope, it's a 1:40.3. That's the
Oh,
fastest
that's
we've
not
got
bad.
so far, and that was from Fuzzy. We've got 3 140s. That's Fuzzy, Bizzle, and Tuco, DNA
Of
Tuco.
course.
And then we've got a couple 42s, which are Super Mex and Trology. And we got some 43s, which are Winkle, Tizzini, and Vinny. And then we got 2 44s with Spider Team and Venom. But Venom turned a 3-second faster lap during some just driving around we were doing, so he's got more in him. He just didn't have a good
Yeah.
qualifying, is all.
Yeah,
Right.
it was
How many
sloppy.
questions is it?
So
Can I go
J-Rod,
out now?
here's how this will work: is you can feel free to jump out on the track, and you're going to get your out lap. Now he's in the older Mercedes AMG SLS, running the detailing group. He's one of our which is one of our primary sponsors of the race. As a matter of fact, Detailing Group is actually a company owned by my brother. So that's my brother's company, and Detailing Group is, I don't know, J-Rod, do you know much about them? Do you want to speak to them, or you want me to do it?
You knock yourself out. I don't know much. Haven't had the time to dig into it like I wanted to. But
Well, I'll tell you. So
um,
Detailing Group is really a steel detailing company. The 15-second elevator pitch is somebody wants to erect a steel structure. They hire an architect to design it, a structural engineer to design it so it doesn't fall down, and a fabricator to make all the steel parts. And the fabricators hire Detailing Group to basically redraw the entire structure, every piece of metal, bolt, weld, and everything, and make sure the building is actually going to fit when they take all the puzzle pieces to the site. So that's what Detailing Group does, and he's been doing it for a long time. So anyway, one of our sponsors and my brother. So gotta love the guy.
That's pretty cool.
hey, well, tell them I'm glad to represent for them and hope I can make them proud.
Well, I hope you can make him proud too. So J-Rod, your first 2 hot laps, if you want, we will keep it quiet and let you focus and not say anything, which is what we've been doing for a lot of people. If that's what you want, just say the word.
Just don't talk to me.
Okay, we'll just keep it quiet and let you go. So here's J-Rod. He's heading into his first timed lap. So good luck to you, sir, and we'll talk to you in a couple laps.
All right. real slow.
Hang in there.
Yeah, I think that ruined it.
$143,044.
It was going to be at least a 42, but
Yep.
oh well.
Well, hey, it's
Qualifying is one
qualifying,
thing.
right? I mean, it really counts as what can you do over 90 minutes? Right?
Exactly. Like I said, qualifying is one thing, the actual race is another. So
Indeed.
we'll see how
So,
I finish then.
well, the car looks beautiful, man. I love the colors. It looks awesome.
Thanks. I think it's something different trying a car that doesn't really get a lot of play, and it's actually a really good car. So
Yeah. So it's the 2011, right?
I
GT3.
believe
Yeah.
so. SLS, and it's totally different from the AMG GT. Two different cars.
Yep. They look similar, but they're two completely different handling cars for
Two
sure.
long nose cars, and I'm just doing a finish lap, and then I'll
Yep. No
roll.
problem. Well, I'm glad you came out, J Rod, to help represent RWB in this Tourette's race. We have a lot of good drivers. Guys, this is really close. In all honesty, the gap between first and last is less than 4 seconds. And for those that don't do much driving and are just watching, think about this. They're driving all the way around this track with all those corners and all of everything, and the difference between these drivers, in some of them, the difference is only tenths of a second in how fast they're getting around these courses. And that shows you how much effort and practice and precision has to go into these cars. You have to hit every corner and every braking zone and everything you're doing the same every single time to get consistent like that. And come race time, it'll be interesting to see just how consistent some of these drivers will be. And I'll tell you, and J Rod and the rest of you guys could probably agree with me, most of the people that win the races, and you look at their times, all their lap times are within a second or less of each other. And like
Yeah,
that's the consistency, and they consistently do that every single lap and not make mistakes. It's just that's how you win races.
yep, that is true.
Awesome. So we only have 3 more to go, 2 of which I'm hoping to get done in the next 15 minutes. I need to send out a blast here. It looks like we only got Joey, Nemesis, and Outlaw. Outlaw will not be making it. Um, so we just need let's see, Joey Cannoli and
Didn't this Wasn't Joey having some issue with his steering?
Yeah, Joey
I
was.
did see the
Yeah,
I
he was
did
having
see the
issues.
picture. It looked like he had his whole rig torn apart.
Yeah, hopefully he gets it back up in time.
Yep.
But I will get back with you guys later. I need to eat something. So,
Good run, man. So we are being watched because I got a message that said, "Stop eating potato chips."
You know what? This is really weird. I'll have to go back and look at the stream. So Winkle sent me a message. Are you still in here, Winkle? You might be muted. He has a picture of the track where it says his fastest lap was a 1:42.912. But when I was watching, I didn't see that, so I don't
I
know
actually took a picture. It was.
I'll have to go back and look at the stream. Maybe somebody that's watching the stream can back up to see that. I thought I wrote them all down. Maybe what I'm seeing, what the driver's seeing, are different.
What was the time supposed to be?
Oh, look at that. Rusty just messaged me, said he's coming in.
Just running some laps.
Is there a does anybody have is there any lobbies open elsewhere? Because Rusty says he's going to come in cold. I don't want him to come onto the track with zero practice and do a qualifier. I'm hoping he could have a room open somewhere.
I mean, isn't that pretty much what we all did?
Yeah, I don't know if yeah, I guess so. I suppose that's true. All right. I'll have to go. I will go back and verify all the times on the stream just to make sure I didn't miss something. So Winkle, I'll keep an eye out for that.
What time did you have?
1:43.458 for his second lap.
What did he have?
Hold on, let me find it. Where'd it go? There it is. He shows a 1:42.912. And it showed the fastest lap, which is weird because it shows fastest lap for him, which is kind of strange because the fastest lap in the lobby is a 1:40.389, but he joined the lobby afterwards, right after that was set. So I don't know what that's about.
Something's wacky.
Well, I put a question mark there, so
I don't know if it changes his position though, does it?
A 1:42.9. Let's see. Well, here's what's really weird. I'm looking at his fastest lap time that I have at 1:43.044 is exactly the same as Vinny's at 1:43.044. They both did the exact to the thousandths of a second lap time on their fastest laps, according to my documentation.
So it would make a potentially one place.
Yep.
Difference.
It would make one place difference. So I can't go back and, well, I guess I can actually. I can do it from my phone and see what the lap time was. Oh, this little tiny screen. I have to put my glasses on.
gotta say, this Colonial Life car looks good.
Yeah, it does look good. I like it. Yeah, I'm looking on the stream, and it shows a 143 for his second lap. 143 458. Did I? Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I'm looking at the wrong. J-Rod's was a 143 044. Sorry. J-Rod and Vinny had the same lap time. So 143 458 is what I have, and that's what it shows on the stream. So I don't know where he saw the 142.
I tried to get a picture of it, but he did. I think it was like 142.913. And I thought 43, and I thought, well, maybe they're averaging the times together, but it showed on my screen there was two 142.9s.
That's weird because it shows a 143 700 and a 143 458 on the stream.
I tried to get a picture, but the time went away before I could snap it.
Well, he's clearly has the. Well, here's what I have to think about is. Oh, that TV needs to be turned down, whatever that is. It's possible that maybe everybody's times were different from what I'm seeing from my spectator view. And I don't have anybody else showing the time. Does that make sense? Like, if mine is off by a certain amount, well, let's see. I'm trying to figure out what lap we last did to see if my time is different. Mex, what was the lap you just ran?
The last lap was a 147.454.
Yeah, that's what I got. So I wonder if what you guys are seeing potentially could be different from what I'm seeing when I'm watching the runs.
I mean, that'd just be a weird glitch. You know what I mean?
It would be,
because of all the streams, all the series, all the times.
Yeah, I mean that's strange.
Before.
So yeah, I'm looking at the stream and it clearly shows the 143 458 as his fastest lap. So I don't know why it would be doing that.
So that's a 2-position change then, based on that, right? Because it would put him behind Vinny and J-Rod as opposed to in front of him.
Well, let's see. If he had a 142, he would surpass J-Rod and Vinny. Yeah. Now the question is did J-Rod and Vinny's times, were they faster than what I saw, or was anybody's times faster than what I saw? I'll sort that out later. But I have it on the stream, so I'll go back and look through the streams and see if I missed anything.
Yeah,
I know Chris, right? On one of his times it was 142.913 or 916, and the other one was 142, and it was in the 9s, I believe.
Both of his were in the 142s? Wait, are you still in here with us?
One was specifically 142.913.
I see one that says 142.912, which on he sent me a screenshot, which shows the fastest lap. Actually, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's weird.
But you got my time right, so.
Yeah. I think I got everybody's times right. I don't know why his didn't show up right.
So maybe a little glitch just with his connection or something with us.
All right, folks. The streamer here is going to take a bio break for a moment. I've been at this for a little over 2 hours, so I'll be back in just a moment. If you guys can be on the track practicing, warming up, doing whatever you want to do if you want. And I know that Outlaw is going to be here shortly, so I'm going to try to get back in time for that. Be right back. Okay, folks, I'm back. Sorry about the delay. Do we have anybody show up yet? We do not. Okay. So we'll just watch Supermex drive his Colonial Life Mercedes around for a little while.
You said Outlaw's on his way in?
Yep, I got a message that said he's going to be here soon.
Great.
So he said he'll jump in and then he'll do his laps, and then he'll get on the chat with us. I did just get a call. Joey Cannoli is not going to be able to qualify today because his wheel is completely thrashed. So we may not see him. So there's that. So the only other one we have to do is get Nemesis to show up here to do his lap times. I'm going to go ahead and message him.
Outlaw just came in the ring.
Yep. All right, so he's coming in the room. So let's go ahead, all of us, and get off the track there.
Okay.
Somebody, there we go. All right. So Rusty's not in the chat with us, so let me message him. I'm going to do something here first.
See about getting a word from our supreme leader.
Yep, he said he will jump in with us after his laps are over.
A man of focus.
Yep, and he is driving our other full sponsor car, Peterson Communications Group. I could say a little bit about Peterson Communications Group because it's the company I work for. So, Peterson Group I have worked for since 1996. I've worked couple different times, but I have known the owner of this company since the mid-90s. His name's Greg Peterson. And we are a telecom solutions provider for folks, whether it's putting the phone systems in, maintaining them, designing them. We also do wireless networks and all kinds of other technology. And we are just getting ready to roll out our hosted voice service stuff coming up here soon. So Peterson Communications Group, great small family business. Greg Peterson actually took over the company from his father, so the company's been around since the 70s, just about as long as I've been alive. So great company to work for. So Outlaw is driving the fully sponsored Peterson Communications Corvette. That is the third Corvette that we have. We only have 3. Winkle just did his run, and Trology did his run. So we'll see how these Corvettes stack up to each other as he heads to the last corner, and he will head in and do his first hot lap. So let's see what he can do. Rusty, being one of the founding members, or the founding member of RWB, and we'll let him tell us all about that when he gets back, as he gets ready to cross the line to start his first lap. Pay attention, folks. He's going to show you how cars are driven. Now, granted, he hasn't. He can't hear me, so it's not jinxing him, right?
You should talk. You should talk through his lap because you've run this track.
Oh yeah, that's true. So this set of chicanes is pretty innocuous for some people, but this coming up here, the sand trap is where they break, and this is the roughest corner. You don't get this one right, and it doesn't set you up good for the next right-hander. He handled it reasonably well there. I've seen some difficulty there. This one is like down into
fast.
Yep, wide entry and in all the way to the curve, out to the side, and just then haul the mail all the way up the hill. And you'll notice he is short shifting that Corvette, which is what you need to do with that car because all the horsepower is down low. He might even go into sixth coming up the hill. Nope. And on the brakes, all the way down, he's going all the way into first gear, right up to the wall there. Now, he hasn't had any practice almost the whole week in this car, so, but he's doing good. He's,
purple sector.
Look at that trail breaking the corner there. His second lap should be better. He'll have a little less fuel. And sharp. Don't slide the car out. There you go. Because if you coming out of that corner is all the difference. You get all that speed coming down the straight, and you got to get up to speed in order to make the time.
That Corvette is unforgiving on this track. If you come into a corner too hot, the understeer's just going to kill you.
Okay, so there is something wrong, because that just showed me he did a 144.6, but that was not what it did. What did you guys see?
For me, it says 142.4.
Yeah.
142 what?
142.462.
Okay, there is something wrong with my side, so I'm going to have to go back and... Oh boy. Yeah, it showed me a 144.6, which is not right. Well, it shows, that's what it shows on the right, but I did see it come across as a 142 in the middle of the screen.
Well, it's odd because his outlap, I watched the live time and it was a 149, but for some reason on the right-hand side it says 202.
Well, I will go back to the live timing because the room's been open the whole time. I should be able to see everybody's best lap that way.
That's a fast lap to first line.
Yep.
Oh yeah. He's coming out swinging.
Purple again.
Yeah, and he's a half a second faster. Well, according to mine, but
always at 1 minute. Some of these tighter corners are going to be rough on the left.
Here we go.
Okay, holler out what you see when it comes across.
Should be quick. Oh, wow. 141.663.
Yep, 141.663.
Okay, because it showed 142.763. So there's something wrong with the timing of my stuff. So 141.663. All right. Woohoo! Let me tell him.
That I believe.
Yeah. So you have my time right? As a 1.
Well, I'm gonna go to live. I'm gonna go to the live. You know what? The live timing is not going to show me the actual times because when the players leave, it goes away.
That was a pretty good 147 there, Russ.
But look at that. It does show a 142.912 there. Spider Team had a 143.351. Let's see what that says here. What I had.
Not bad. Not bad for a cold lap. Just jumping in with 3 laps. So.
Okay, so we have a dilemma with how my timing is showing up. My timing is not showing up properly to the to what everybody else is seeing. Because your fastest lap. your first lap was a 144. Your second lap was a 142. But it's not.
I ran a 141.663.
No, I know that. We got that. The guys were watching it. So what I have to figure out is mine screwed up from the very beginning, or only just recently?
Technical issues.
Yeah.
I'll take it. I mean, shit. I ain't had time to warm. Oh, I forgot we're on live. Yeah, I couldn't keep it on track at a couple of spots, so that's
no.
my bad.
You did fine. The time that the guys were saying that you were getting, the times that I was seeing are different. So my stream is showing different times than.
Yeah, but I'm not happy with that 141.6 though.
Well, you should be.
No, I should be about a half a second faster than that.
Well, the fastest time that I have on the track was a 140.3. And that's what I saw.
Do you remember what car that was?
That was Fuzzy. He's in the... Is he in Aston Martin? Let me look.
No, he's in the Toyota.
Yeah, he was in the Toyota, you're right. He was in the Supra.
We got that echo going again.
Yeah, we do. The next one was Tuco, and he was in the Viper. Okay, so now I got to figure out what happened there. I should have been looking at the live timing instead of the side of my screen when people went through. All right. I don't know how to sort that part out, so I will sort that out afterwards.
Is your times in the stream showing, if somebody was spectating from their computer or whatnot, is that jiving with the times you're seeing or the time everybody else is seeing?
I don't know if anybody else was streaming.
Nigel was watching the live stream, and he called out my time as the correct time, but he wasn't in the room, I don't think.
But he was watching on the stream.
Was he watching on the stream, or was he spectating?
No, he was watching on the stream.
Okay, because
I think he'd already left the room.
I'll go back and watch the streams, because what I did notice when Rusty, when yours was going, was that when you went across the line, it popped up in the center of my screen your lap time, for the second or two, as the accurate number. But what I was seeing over on the right-hand side was different, and the right-hand side was what I've been counting everybody on. So I'll go back through when we're done, and I'll watch the stream from my point of view as each car goes across for their lap times. So I will get the right times. I'm just gonna have to go back through somewhere along the line. The times that I'm seeing and the times that we were laying down changed, and it seems to have been about the time Winkle and Venom were going through. So I'll go back and check it. It'll get sorted out. That won't be a problem. So the only one left we have is Nemesis, and Joey won't be able to make it. So Nemesis says he might not be able to.
Spider's in.
Yeah, Spider already he already qualified. So we'll go from there.
So what is your what's the rundown now as you know it?
The rundown as I know it isn't going to fly, because the times that I have written for Outlaw are the times you guys told me, not the times that I saw. So I'm going to go back through the stream when it's over, and I'll do the rundown. I'm going to post it on the website and on our Facebook page when I have them all run down. Nemesis didn't think he's currently in an event right now, so he can't make it for the qualifying. So Joey's going to end up starting at the rear because he won't be able to qualify because his car is broken. Well, his wheel is broken, so he won't be able to qualify. I might be able to hold a qualifier later tonight if he can have it fixed by then, and maybe from Nemesis. But if they don't make it, they'll just have to start at the rear.
So who didn't qualify? Just those two?
Nemesis and Joey, yep. Everyone else has done their qualifying. So there's that. Alright, well, that's a shame that my stuff wasn't working right. I wonder where it broke. I wonder if it broke around the time when Spider Team did his run, because after that, everybody's runs were way up higher than they should have been. And remember, Spider Team was having issues with his car? I wonder if maybe the lobby started having issues around that time, and that's why we were seeing that. You remember that?
No, he said his USB came unplugged.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't have my USB for my headset plugged in.
Well, I don't know if Venom's times were right or wrong, but Winkle's time. So I'll go back and double check them. I'll make sure that happens. Everyone will get their correct times put together. That's for sure. Well, I think that's going to do it for the stream now, and for everybody that's come to watch qualifying. Appreciate it. All the rest of you guys that have been here, thanks a bunch. I really appreciate you guys coming here, folks. Come back next Saturday will be the race, and remember rwbracing.com/donate so that you can donate to our cause. I'm going to do one quick check to see if anything has come in today. I doubt it, but we shall see. Nope. So we're still at $263. So we'll see what we can do with that. So thanks everybody for coming by, and we'll